What's up, guys? How's it going? It's Tuesday. It's push day. Heavy push day. That should go without saying, though. Still a little bit of a sore throat. You might be able to hear it in my audio a little bit, but still feel good. Slept okay. Nasal congestion at night, kind of just pain in the butt. But I'm ready to go and ready to push some heavy weight around. I was talking with a friend of mine yesterday. I won't say their name out of respect. They wouldn't mind. It's nothing bad. But just asking about some training questions and optimization and just simple things like that. And I think that there's just been so much overcomplication of not only just training, but training and supplements and food and everything, really, like every aspect of it. And that might just be a part of the world we live in, how a lot of people just take most of this training and food and everything that for granted already, and they're just trying to optimize the last couple percentage points of improvement here. But what they don't realize is that they're not optimizing the 95% before they get into like the tiny little details. The original question that they asked me was about because I use like the ultra pouches with the nootropics in them, but they do help people get off of nicotine, which is always good to quash any addiction someone has. But they're asking, like, does nicotine or anything like that really cause issues because it's a vasoconstrictor? Does that negatively affect training? And the answer is sure. When you work out in the gym, if you get a sick arm pump, you realize that, oh, my veins are kind of popping out. They're what we call vasodilating. The veins are enlarging because you're sending more blood to those muscles because you're using them. And then because there's no more blood going to the muscles, more blood has to come from muscles. Blood is just a nutrient and oxygen exchange device, essentially. So I said, yeah, sure. I mean, it could affect training negatively, but you know what else is a vasoconstrictor? Caffeine. And that's in like every pre-workout that's not a specific non-stim pre-workout. So you're like balancing between a couple things of what's optimal. Sure, there's a lot of things you can do to optimize every single tiny variable of your life and training and food and everything, and when it comes to what supplements you're taking, when you're taking them, when you're eating, what foods you're eating, peptides, other drugs that are in bodybuilding. There's some things that can be variables that can be changed and optimized and things like that. But these people aren't seeing improvements, so they're like, it must be these tiny little things. It must be like the timing of my breakfast, my pre-workout meal. It must be the timing of my post-workout meal. I have to be in the anabolic window. 20 minutes after I eat, I have to be eating my post-workout meal, or whatever it is. And I'm just here to say that you're really overcomplicating it. Being quite honest with you here, it's pretty simple. I say simple. 95. I keep saying 95 number. I don't know if that's the exact breaking it down. I would say 95% of training in general, being an athlete, improving in some way, is just consistency and like just doing the simple things. Is your sleep and recovery good? Is your training optimized? Is your eating, nutrition optimized. And when I say optimized, I don't mean like you're going to bed in a, what's that, like cryo, not the cryo chamber, but like one of those big water tubs that helps recovery. It was in one of the old Daredevil movies where he like kind of wakes up in like this water tub, kind of floating. I forget the name is. Essentially, just helps you kind of recover faster overnight. Are you sleeping in one of those at night? Are you taking all of the peptides, the BPC, the TB500, the GHK-Cu, all these kind of things? Just work on the simple things. Once you have the simple things optimized and you're not growing, then, well, first of all, if you have the simple things optimized and you're not growing, you don't have the simple things optimized. I'll start there. But, like, for example, I keep going back to this because this is probably my number one. This is probably the top thing that I think people are underdiagnosed with, and it's sleep apnea. Okay? I keep saying this because sleep is so important. It is the most anabolic process your body can have. Okay? Sleep is literally the process of which your body is resting and rebuilds what is broken. Hold on. Can't be getting to the gym and have no pre-workout at me. Okay. If you are training hard, training to near failure or to failure on your workouts, getting a good amount of volume in, even if that means 1 or 2 workouts per week per body part, kind of depends. Some muscles recover faster than others for some people, things like that. Say your training is optimized, which it takes a long time for someone to like really optimize everything about their training, whether it be like position you're pulling the bar in, the tension you're supposed to feel in certain movements, not letting other stronger muscles take over the work, the lift, different things like that. Ego lifting, that's a big one. But take all those out of the equation. Say that you optimize all those, which takes a long time. Now, after you leave the gym, what's the next step? Eating, nutrition, okay? So, is your daily nutrition the best it can be? Are you cutting out all the the junk in your diet? Are you getting at least 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass? I say lean body mass because not everyone's goals are going to be IFBB Pro bodybuilder. So if you're hitting 1 gram of protein per lean body mass, and that's just your body mass and then estimated what it would be without any body fat on it. 1 gram of protein per pound of that weight, and you're in a pretty good spot, honestly. If you can do that, and if you can fluctuate your fats and your carbs depending on what your body kind of prefers. Personally, my body does really well on about 70 to 80 grams of fats in a day, and then the rest carbs. And then the carb levels kind of change whether it's a training day or an off day. Are the sources of food you're eating optimized? Are you going to eat a whole big bowl of, I don't know, oatmeal? Oatmeal typically, for me, actually digests pretty well, but for some people it gives them like pretty bad bloating and a really full stomach feeling. Are you eating a big old bowl of oatmeal right before you go train? And when you're getting to train, you're kind of bloated and just not feeling good, almost like having some reflux. So are you eating buffalo wings before you work out? Are you doing like all the different things that can interrupt with your lifting? After you are done working out, I know I experience this a little bit. Sometimes after I work out, I'm like somewhat nauseous, not like in a violently ill kind of way, but it's like I need a little bit of time to let my body kind of rest after I'm working out in order for me to eat anything and be able to keep it down. Like, or at least have an appetite to eat something adequate for recovery. So, fitness of the gym, nutrition. Are you hitting the protein you need? Make it simple. If you want to really make sure you're covering all your bases, not leaving anything on the table, you can do 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body mass. Okay. I weigh 240 pounds. I step on stage lean. Well, last time I did, at 200 pounds. So my lean body mass is probably around 200 pounds. I'm eating like right around 280 grams of protein a day. So I'm above the 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. Not quite at 1.5 because that put me at 300. But this is where I'm good at. I get nice and full. Protein is a very good food source for maintaining like stomach fullness if you're on a diet or a prep or whatnot. So 190 grams of protein a day is great for me. Like I said, I already talked about the protein and the carbohydrates and the fats. Diet and exercise seems like the most complex parts of this. If you're able to optimize those and you're still not growing, sleep is the issue. Whether that means that if you're not sleeping well, as in not getting into deep sleep, or if you're getting frequent interruptions. I know when my kids were little, when I had my first child, and every child since then except the last one, they would wake up frequently throughout the night. Sleep was not good. I was also in residency then, so working up to 80 hours a week sometimes at work. So usually most weeks was 80 hours a week. Getting paid hourly, less than minimum wage, but also on salary. That's a different topic. I'm sure I'll have a whole rant about residency training and medical training in general, but so sleep was not good. My training suffered. It kind of is what it is. I wasn't paid to bodybuild, so I had to keep my work schedule. I had to keep getting up with the kids, doing doing everything. You know, that's kind of just how my life was at that point. Got better. Kids are sleeping more throughout the night. I'm in a different job now out of residency training. I'm in my attending life. Attending just means that I'm no longer in training. I'm fully out of all my training. I'm board certified, all those things. And so life is better. Sleep is better. But for the longest time, my training was just like so plateaued. It was just same weights every week. If my scale weight went up at all, it was because I was getting fatter, because I wasn't locked in as my diet as I could have been. My sleep was bad. When you don't sleep, not only do you not put on as much lean muscle, instead you put on fat. Okay? If you have excess calories and you're not sleeping well, your body stores them as whatever energy source it can. If you have muscle breakdown, it'll try to repair your muscle with protein and make you bigger and all those things. But if you're not getting the sleep to let that process occur, your body's going to store it whatever way it can. So it'll store as fat. Your body is very, very good at storing carbohydrates and the fats you eat as body fat. So when you're in off season, you put on more body fat and less muscle if you're not sleeping well. And in prep, you burn less fat and you keep less muscle in prep. So that's the worst of both worlds. There's no world in which less sleep is good. It should be obvious to say But some people are just like, I feel fine, lying to themselves because they're living off of stimulants like caffeine and whatnot. I feel fine on 5 hours of sleep. There's very few people. I forget there's some sleep expert on Joe Rogan's show, but it's like less than 0.5% of people can actually sleep good on less than 6 hours of sleep and have like beneficial recovery. Everyone else is just lying to themselves, just trying to justify whatever they're doing instead of sleeping. Someone will have to fact check me on that, but as the point still stands, sleep is necessary. And when you're going to sleep, sorry, drink break. When you're getting to sleep, there's kind of 3 different parts of it I think of. One is the period before you even get in bed. What are you doing before getting in bed? Use that time wisely. Don't spend it watching bright blue light TV with a very adrenaline driving movie or show or something like that. Put on something very low stimulating. Read a book. I don't personally read, but it is very, very good to do before sleep. And if you could, read it on like a Kindle or a device that's not having that blue light flashing in your face, or get like one of those filters that goes on your screen. Every phone has a built-in red light filter thing on it now. About an hour before bed, start doing that. I personally use I don't have them with me. I only have the stimulant ones, but I throw an ultra sleep pouch in. It has some melatonin, it has some L-theanine, has some magnesium, a couple other ingredients in there that helps you kind of relax before bed. I throw that in about an hour before I go to bed. Kind of just have that in my mouth, let me absorb it. While eating my last meal, I'll spit it out at that point, and then eat my meal, get to bed. So there's the pre-bed ritual, try to keep it the same every time. There's the actual getting in bed and falling asleep. Okay, so this can be hard for some people. Sometimes it's hard for people's brains to shut off. Different things for people to do. I mean, sometimes it's just breathing techniques. Sometimes it's I would really, really try to stay away from medications as much as possible. Oh, I have to take 75 milligrams of Benadryl, which is a true story. I've heard people say 100 milligrams of Benadryl a night to actually fall asleep, like when you're deep in contest prep. And that is terrible. That's terrible. Your body's not getting good sleep. You're sedating yourself, but you're not sleeping. You're not falling asleep at that point. You're just drugging yourself. And there's a difference. In the hospital, when we put patients under sedation for, like when they're intubated in the ICU, they're not sleeping. They're sedated with medications, and they usually don't have restful sleep. And if they do dream, it's usually not pleasant dreams. It's sometimes hallucinations and such. And so, where was I getting at? Oh, so find something that works for you. Breathing techniques, there's different techniques that I've done in the past where essentially laying completely still, you start with your toes, work your way up, and essentially as you're taking your deep breaths, take a couple deep breaths, focus on one part of your body, whether that be your feet, your toes, or just be more specific, more generalized, like toes and then feet and then leg, or just do leg. But essentially take a deep breath in, breathe it out, and then think of some sort of keyword for you, like relax, or you can make it something like cool, like relinquish, or whatever the term is you want to use. Essentially just try and focus on relaxing that body part. That way you're not doing the whole body all at once, and then it's a process because you're thinking about different parts of it. start from the bottom, work your way up, and then there's a couple other breathing techniques you can do. Try and work on those. Like I said, avoiding medications as much as possible. Sometimes people have been on medications for so long they're kind of reliant on them to fall asleep. I would recommend trying to wean that back as much as possible, as much as you're able to. If you need help from a physician, reach out to them and do it. It's gonna be worth it in the long run. And then after that, there's actually the sleeping part. Are you staying asleep? And that's where my sleep apnea talk always comes in. I have multiple videos where I talk about sleep apnea, but your body isn't staying asleep. It's not reaching the deeper levels of sleep. Your body is, when it becomes truly relaxed, it will have the soft tissues in your throat fall back, and you cut off your oxygen supply, and your body will startle and wake up and it might start off with some snoring, and that's essentially the air trying to get through. But then you'll wake up, and you might not even realize you woke up, but just startle and move around a little bit or whatnot, and fall back asleep, and the cycle repeats itself. You wake up the next day. Oh, look, I was in bed from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. I should be feeling great, but you're not. You're tired. You're feeling terrible. You have headaches, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, optimize those variables, and you'll see yourself grow. Worry about the 5% of other things, like the peptides and the timing of everything has to be perfect, and what source of carbohydrates am I getting my carbs from? What source of proteins am I like? Those can make a difference, all added up together. But for the most part, as long as you're hitting your big things, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna do great. So it is push day. I'll see you guys in there. But throw one of these lip cushions in, the little lip pillows, and let's get to it. All right. Let's get started. Oh. Alright, on to this. Then I think machine flat press is next. Alright, so this is full stack plus the little 15-pound modifier, the 5, 10, 15 pound. So, oh.
Yeah. It is big, actually.
All right. Straight. Okay. Let's do it. I'll lighten up for this last set here. We're at full stack now. Let's do almost full stack. All right.
I can't hear you.
So, got some dumbbell incline and some pec deck. Last two things left for chest here. Would prefer to do the pec deck before the bench because last time I still did the hundreds max weight for the dumbbells here 28 times. So, kind of a lot. I'd like to definitely pre-exhaust a little bit more than that. Okay. All right, did a set of this. So there's someone behind it. I don't want to film them in a weird way. So I'll set of this, and then some dumbbell incline, some triceps cardio, GTFO. Chest is fried. All right. Okay. So, did all my chest work before dumbbell incline today. So, hundreds for, I don't know, 23, I think. I'll double check. Next set, didn't film it, but for 13. And now, dropped on 85s for how many that was. Failure. Let's hit some triceps, hit some cardio, hit the road. All right, guys, that's it for today. I was gonna do some posing room's taken, but about to go finish up with some cardio, and then that's about it for today. As always, eat big, sleep big, get big. Be the light, pass it on. Makes almost a day brighter. But till next time, guys, I'll see you around.